It's Bree VP. Today I am going to tell you the first time I met a real life vampire. And when I say vampire, I don't mean energy vampire, I mean like real life, like actual vampire. Like what you see in the movies, like exactly what you're thinking. Or not what you see in the movies. As you know in the last video, I did mention that I got a gig working in a haunted house, and I don't want to give the name of it because said person still most definitely works there. But let's set the scene. I show up to work and we're in the dressing room. There was like a makeup session where you get, or like a makeup section where you get your makeup and glam done and like all the people make you look scary. And then there was a section of like the wardrobe room, like where all the costumes are, and like where they like give you a costume and then like you go in the bathroom to change and you come out and like the people are waiting there to like check if you're approved to like go scare people or not. So we're all in costume. And there's this one particular man who he gets to wear the same costume every day. We all have to like switch around, be a doctor this day, a plumber this day, a scary rat on this day. And this man just gets to wear the same costume. It essentially looks like a ringleader of a circus, if that. Like a scary version of that. Like the face paint is like black and white, and like he's really tall, like over like 6, like almost looking like 7 feet tall. And I still to this day have never seen this man not in costume. Like he would show up to work in the costume and like with his like makeup on. Like the makeup artist wouldn't do it, he would. So I had never spoken to him. On this day, I was having an altercation. I think I was in an endeavor with like, I don't know who it was with, talking to my friends, and I'm like, yeah, I think I say it as like, yeah, he's such an energy vampire. And all of a sudden, in my peripheral vision, I see an immediate jump. I'm not kidding when I tell this story, guys. Like, I'm serious. I see a sudden and I look over, and this man, in the deepest voice you can imagine, he goes, "Who said?" We've never spoken. He goes, "Who said vampires?" And I was like, oh, I was talking about like energy vampires, like how they're a thing. He's like, vampires are real, I would know. And I'm like, what do you mean? And all my friends, they're there, like we're all talking in a big group, and like I hear him, like I kind of have the ADHD to where like there could be multiple people talking, and I like in the back of my head hear every single one. I'm just like processing each thing that everyone says at a different time. So when he says that, immediately my mind goes to him, and I'm just like, what do you mean vampire? And everyone else is just kind of like tuned out. So I look over and I'm like, yeah, like I think energy vampires are real. And he's like, I am one. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, I am a vampire. And I'm like, ha ha, like, ah, ha ha, right, yeah, so am I, ha ha. And he goes, no, I am. I didn't know I was until my aunt told me. And at this point, I'm like, what do you mean? What? Like, well, how did she know? Like, I'm so invested, and I'm the type of person, some people call me gullible, but like, I'm just like so in depth. Like the way that he's talking about this too in like such a deep voice, like I 100% am believing every single word that he says. He says, my aunt had known since I was like a baby or something, or like this and this and that. I don't even know exactly. And I'm like, well, how do you know? Like, he says he didn't believe her until he got older. This man elaborates. and this is where it takes a turn, and I need you guys to hold on for this and just understand where I was like listening to this at the time. Like, I knew I was a vampire when I couldn't cum from sex unless I was drinking blood. The first time I drank blood is the first time I came. I couldn't prior to. Verbatim. This is no exaggeration. And at this point, this is taking a completely different approach than like I had initially envisioned. Like initially I kind of thought it was silly, like he's in character, whatever. But at this point now I'm terrified. I'm terrified. And I'm the only one like engaging in this conversation. Like everyone else is kind of tuned out. And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you even say to that? And I was like, what? Are you serious? Like, and he's like, yeah, like my girlfriend at the time, like she let me because I kept like wanting to, but like I had never tried it. And she like said I could, and like she wanted to do it or whatever. And that was the first time I came. I'm gonna give everyone a second to process that. That is the first time I came. That's the first time I came. I couldn't cum until I drank blood. This is no longer a prank. He said his aunt had knew for a long time. I don't want to include pictures of this man. I don't want this man to take it in like a negative connotation either. Like, I don't want him to think I'm like a whistleblower, like giving away the community, but like it wasn't like he was saying it in secret. There was multiple other people in the room. And everyone was like I'd start tapping on like my friend. I'm like, guys, listen to what he's saying. Like, guys. And afterwards, everyone's like, Brie, like he was such a freak. Like, that's not a vampire. He's like 7 feet tall. I'm looking up at him while he's saying this. I'm like this. I'm like, what do you mean vampire? And he, in the deepest voice you can imagine. I want to include, like, there's videos of his voice on the internet. There's videos of what this man looks like on the internet. Like, you could easily find them. And like then you would understand like why I was so frightened. And still to this day, like, and he has long black hair too. Like, imagine like black, like thick hair, like at least 6'9". At least 6'9". Black, long, thick hair. Sharp teeth, that's another one I didn't mention. Sharp teeth, like vampire teeth, like and not fake ones either. Like, you could tell they weren't like pearly whites. But they were like really sharp, like a shark. Like right there and right there. That's a huge thing that I didn't mention. Yeah, super sharp teeth. What do you do at that point? He said, a lot of people are like me. There's a lot of us. I didn't know that's what a vampire was. Like, I know like in Twilight, like Edward had to drink. They all were drinking blood, but it was just like to nourish them. It was like their juice. It was like their, like, you know, how we drink water. Not water, because nobody craves water like that unless they just ran a marathon. But like that's like our like booze, or like, I don't know, a beverage that people drink a lot. But like in Twilight, it's like they drink it and they get rejuvenated. It's like an energy drink. It's not like they cum after they drink it. Am I tripping? Like, my friends were looking at me like, what do you, like, Brie, that's just a freak. Like, that's not a vampire, that's just a creepo. And I'm like, but who says that? I believe it. I 100% believe it. But then at that point, does that make you a vampire, or does like, is it just like in your head, like you're convincing yourself that like that's the only thing that's gonna get you turned on, is that? Can somebody please leave their opinion, because I am still a little bit I'm very flabbergasted from this situation to this day. Ever since, like, anytime someone talks about vampires, I'm like, yeah, I met one. Like, now I'm the one chiming in. I hear vampire and I'm like, yeah, they're real. Just so you know. I really would love to insert videos and photos of what this man looks like, but I find this man on the internet, like, very, very, very much so. He's known for, like, being, like, a scary guy. Needed to get this off my chest. I've been wanting to film this story time for a while now. I know it doesn't have, like, I just had to get it off my chest. I couldn't keep holding it in any longer and just having me be, like, the only person that knew that this happened. You guys had to know. If I had to know, you had to know. I know it's a little vulgar. It's like very much of a, he says the girls enjoy it. Honestly, like if it was Edward I was team Edward. I was always team Edward. I was not team Jacob. I was not a team Jacob at all. I was always team Edward through and through. That, maybe I'd cave. Maybe I'd cave. I actually did have you guys a bonus story time. This endeavor began last year around the time of October. Essentially, our friends were going to a park, and I only like was friends with one person at this company. So like I kind of want to like, I'm just like, oh, I want to go to the park too, like whatever. But they were like going on a double date. It was a guy. And he's going on a double date, and I'm like, oh, but I still want to go. Like, I don't want to be here. Like, I had no other friends. So he's like, oh, just go with, we're going to bring so-and-so. So you can hang out with so-and-so. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to hang out with so-and-so. Let's call him Will. Will. I don't want to hang out with Will. Like, whatever. And they're like, no, like, just bring, Will is coming. So Will and I get paired together, and we're at this park, and like, Shelly and Shane, they go on their way, and they're like hanging out with these two girls, and it's just me and Will, and we go on this roof, and we're drinking some brewskis. He had brought some brewskis, and I think I had like a tiny bit of a tequila bottle, so I'm like slurping on that, and we're just like sitting next to each other, and we're just like playing music. I can't stand the guy at this point. Like, I cannot stand him at all. I don't know what about him. Like, this is why you have to listen to your intuition, okay? Like, I could not stand him at first. I literally could not. But we're sitting, like, I'm trying to be civil, like, we're just, like, vibing, like, on the roof, like, kind of chatting in between, but we're, like, taking turns playing songs, and, like, his music sucks, and I'm like, let me play Eminem, like, ba, 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 ba. We're sitting up there for about, like, laying on the roof of, like, this pavilion at a park. Sides, with his brewski, and keep in mind, I'm freshly showered, too. I know I'm laying on the roof, but, like, I'm freshly showered, like, you know, like, I have, like, no makeup on, like, I just do, like, my night routine, I'm just, like, outside, like, you know, sharing a drink, like, having a good time. He decides it's a good idea to take his brewski, put it on his hand, and go to me. Ah! And I'm like, stop, oh my god, I just showered, my hair is clean, you know, like, nobody wants to wash their hair every day, especially when it's blonde and falling out like this. And I'm like, stop. I just washed my hair. Quit it. He does it again. And I'm like, hey, knock it off. And now I'm like getting mad. I'm like, stop. I just told you. I don't even know you. Like, enough. He does it a third time. I scream. Ah! And keep in mind, I'm like drunk too. So I'm just like so dumb. Like, scream on the top of my lungs. I also had another friend who was like down below at the pavilion. He was on stage. He didn't speak great English, but he would always like watch my back and just like, he always made sure I was safe, which is so perfect. So he was like down on the floor of the pavilion, just like sitting, and like, so immediately when I scream, he gets up, and I'm just like, get me down. So like he like goes to catch me and brings me to the floor. I'm now on the grass, and I sprint. If there's one thing about me, if I'm a booze bag and I get upset or annoyed or whatever, I'm running. I'm running, and I'm really fast. If you guys don't know one thing about me, I'm a pretty like fast runner. So I sprint. I just want to run. I just want to be away from everyone, straight for the forest. To the forest, and I'm just like running. I make it to some train tracks. Like there's like, it's like the forest line, like this is all grass, this is all the park, this is all open. Then there's the forest line, and then like probably like 5 feet in, there's these train tracks. I reach the train tracks, and I get there, and I'm running on them like at full speed. I'm just like, I love trains, I love train tracks. And train tracks are good if you're ever like running at night, because you can tell exactly what direction you're going. Like if you're like, oh, where am I? You could just run back, you know? So I'm just running, whatever. And all of a sudden I hear, keep in mind, this is 3 o'clock in the morning. Nobody is around. It's pitch black outside. I can't see anything besides like the fact that there are train tracks. And I'm like, I'm thinking I'm being pranked. So like that I can come back, and like everyone's like probably waiting for me, and like, you know, like wants me to come back, and is like just playing a prank so I can like run back. But it sounds like a horrifying scream. Like, I'm alone out there, I have no phone, I have no anything. Like, I left my purse, I left everything. I was just so annoyed and drunk, and I just want to get away from, like, everyone. I hear that scream, and I'm like, and I heard it. Ah! Immediately, I get kind of spooked. And so, I turn around, and I start running back immediately, like, sprinting. I'm like, like, I don't get scared. I don't get scared. But I did get spooked. I did. And so I start running back immediately. Right when I could see like the lights of like the park, like I could see lights in a distance of like that are on the parking lot of the park, so I know I'm like, I guess running horizontal now, like through the forest so I could get to the grass. I sprint. I don't even look at where I'm going. I run through, swing at full force too, like completely gouging my way, infiltrating this whole entire forest with no care at all. I'm wearing shorts. So immediately the prickers destroy my legs. It literally destroy my legs. I make it out there, right when I get to the grass, it's none other than Will. My legs are now coated in blood. Coated. Like, I'm not over exaggerating. Like, I genuinely am not. If he wanted to, he could attest to this. It looks like someone took a knife to like my whole entire body. I'm bleeding everywhere. And at that point, I look at Will, and I like, since I kind of got spooked, I'm just like grateful to be on soil. I'm like grateful to be on grass. And so I automatically, like, I just see him, he's right there, and I'm like, and I just fall on the grass, and I'm just looking up at the sky. And he's like, why would you, he comes up and sits next to me. And I'm just like not even like annoyed with him anymore. I'm just glad to be like safe. He's like, why would you do that? And I was like, I told you that I just washed my hair and showered. And he's like, you didn't have to do that. I'm sorry. And I'm like, it's fine. And he's like, look at your legs. Oh my gosh. And he looks down at my legs, and they're all bloody. And I didn't even kind of notice that they were bloody at the time yet. And then I look down, I'm like, oh my gosh. And I tell you this, man, I can't believe I'm telling this story on the internet. Takes his finger. My leg is here. Takes his finger. Starts eating my blood. Starts licking my blood. Then takes his mouth and starts from my legs. Tell me why that's when I developed a crush. Like, I wanted nothing to do with him until that point. I'm so sick. Like, this is where I'm sick in the head, but I'm being so truthful to you guys. Like, and he's just cleaning it up. Suddenly, there's no more blood. And that's when I knew I had a crush. Like, that's when my crush began. Then I started to look at him a little bit differently. Not even fully. Like, I didn't, like, total have a crush then. but it really stuck in my brain. And when I saw him the next day, like, that's all I could think about. And then from that point on, like, I'm Team Edward. I'm not Team Jacob. So yeah. Could you qualify him as a real life vampire because he did that? I don't think anything went on in his pants. Like, but you never know. You would have never known with the other guy. I wonder, like, if he told his girl the first time, or like how it went down the first time that he knew. That was my 2 real life vampire stories. The second one's a bonus one. I wasn't even gonna include that, but I don't want anything to do with anyone at this job at all, you know? But when that happened, oh my gosh. I feel like Bella Swan. I felt like Bella Swan for that one glimpse of a second. I'm on the grass looking at the stars and I feel that, and I look down and see him eating my blood. Sorry to my family members that watch this. I really am. I know it's not something that anyone really wants to hear, but hopefully some of you girls get it. Like, also, please comment if this has happened to you on either occasions. If you've either heard someone say the first one or if, like, the second one. The second one, like, I mean, he didn't have a paper towel, so, like, I feel like any guy, maybe a lot of guys would do that. I don't know. But, like, the first one, comment if this has happened to you and, like, how you would respond. Because I literally just I'm like, love you guys.